What is up, everybody? Day 2 of the Tomato Cans podcast. We're still trying to figure this shit out.
What's up, guys? It's Chris. So we've actually got the table set up. We kind of have a better idea. Now we just got to get audio levels and stuff figured out. But yeah. So what's going on, B?
Nothing much, man. We went to Lake Alamo yesterday.
Okay.
Fucking brutal hot out there, man. It was fucking hot. Kids had fun playing in the water. And then Charles wanted to try out some night fishing, so we did that. But like right as soon as it got dark out there, fucking bugs from nowhere. Dude.
Yeah. Now it's starting to get hot. All the bugs are showing back up, and like you said, the water's nice, but man, it's brutal right now. The intensity of this heat has picked up so bad in the last 3 days. Like we can start saying that here in Arizona, you know, once the summer comes, it's 100 and hot every day, and we're almost there.
Yeah, I had a bunch of leaves in the front yard that we had to take care of this morning. Fucking sucks, dude. You know, you get them into a pile, and then the wind picks up a little bit.
Yeah,
and all over the fucking place again.
Yeah, I know. I'm constantly battling myself going against the wind. You know, you get it all piled up one way, and then a breeze comes in and blows it right back to you. Yeah. You're just like, fuck it. You just let it. You go off to another area.
Like, how good of a job do you try to do when you pick up the leaves? Because I know it sucks when other people do it, and it's just fucking shit out in the middle of the street.
So it's funny that you say that actually, because I've got a neighbor. He does that. Yeah. He'll just blow all of his out in the middle of the street. Yeah. And I look at that and I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. However, when I go to do it, I've done that before. And I remember one time I did it specifically, and like 2 days later, I got a letter from the HOA.
Really?
Yeah, encouraging people to not blow their leaves out into the street.
I mean, I think that's a pretty asshole move. Yeah. Just go there. We did it. We try to get as much as we can, but it's like I said, as soon as the wind picks up, it's all over the street again.
Yeah, exactly. I try to pile as much as I can. Like I try to get it onto my sidewalk,
right,
and then just push all of it, you know, into a decent pile so they're not all flying around, but. That whole process of getting it, you lose a quarter of it, it seems like. You know what I mean? It's a never-ending battle with the wind out here and the leaves.
Are you doing this shit by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do all of it by myself. I trim the trees, pull down branches, pull up stuff, garden, irrigate, all the lawn, sprinkler repair, valve repairs, all of it. Rewired the box, everything. I do it all. So
that's deep, man.
Yeah, I love doing this shit. I've noticed I've gotten in touch with my Tex-Mex side during this quarantine, and I say that being a redneck from Oklahoma, and you know, I started to get in. I'm back to doing all my yard work. My grass looks freaking phenomenal right now. Yeah. I'm so happy about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, this quarantine is getting me back to. I got my basil going. You know, it's looking good. So pretty excited, man.
What are you going to do with that?
The basil, well, especially for like my Italian sauces and stuff. That's what I really use the basil a lot for. And pesto. Pesto is a big thing. Yeah. So, you know, the only thing is obviously pine nuts. Pine nuts are like more expensive in the store.
Why is that, man?
Because they're kind of a rare thing. And I think it's pretty temperamental. Like season, I'm not sure. So, you know, I'm going to fucking bro science the hell out of this one.
That's bullshit, man. I tried to go look for pine nuts, and it's like $4 or $5 for a little bag.
Yeah, for a small bag. Yeah. And if you want to do a decent pesto, you need at least 2 or 3 of those bags.
Fuck that.
And then the same with, honestly, like basil. Yeah. If you want to buy just basil, you know, if you go to the store and buy a bag of it, basil's not really that cheap either.
You gotta go to the Asian stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to Walmart, you're gonna get yourself that little container that's got like 4 stalks.
It's just good enough for you to sniff.
Yeah, exactly. 5 leaves you can pull off. The rest is just like you might as well throw it in your soup stock or soup stock. You know what I mean? So yeah. But that's how I started growing my basil. I bought one of the little free ones from the grocery store for like $2. I used about half of it, and I just replanted the other half outside. And luckily, I did it before this weather picked up. So it's looking really good.
But it's indoors anyway, though, right?
I know it's outdoors.
Oh, it's outdoors.
Yeah, I got it outdoors. Yeah. I got it in a pot outdoors. I put it in a spot. So for pretty much all day, it's out of the sun until about 4 p.m., maybe 3:30, 4, and it's only in the sun from that time until the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So I cycled it. I was thinking if I would have planted it over on the other side, obviously I would get sun in the morning. But I'd rather it be under that area because it's by the big tree. So that creates shade all day.
Yeah.
As opposed to spending 75% of the day in the sun
Right.
and 25% not. I'd rather have it flip flop.
Yeah.
And then I tapped into the irrigation and just ran a drip line straight up to it.
Did you program the drip to run multiple times a day?
Yeah. So my setup that I've always run is I always do my watering cycles at night.
Mhm.
So I do like a sprinkler and a drip system, run about 5 minutes each, and usually about like midnight, 12:30.
Yeah.
And then I do another one at about 3:30 in the morning.
Oh.
The same cycle.
Do you have different zones and stuff?
No, it's all just set up. So I have 2 zones. One is irrigation, 2 is sprinkler.
Okay.
And I have 8 sprinkler heads that are all hooked up all together. So that just kicks on.
Yeah.
And then all the irrigation front and back is all connected to the zone 1.
Do you take the time to program it for like winter and summer?
No, I just run the same setup every day.
Really?
And I do it daily. If I feel like it doesn't need it, I'll just skip a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also don't like, a lot of people do the every other day and then they'll run it like a longer cycle.
Yeah.
But with this heat and stuff, I prefer the smaller cycle nightly.
Right. Things go a bit fast. Too.
Yeah, exactly.
Fast.
In grass, especially, you skip a whole day without water,
Right.
even if it's a little bit, and 120-degree weather, your grass is fine.
I just don't fuck with the grass, man.
Yeah, I love grass.
I'd rather have pavers and some shit.
Yeah, I hear that, but I do love grass. That's the one thing that makes me feel like at home is
Yeah.
grass. You know what I mean? There's too much rock out here. I mean, it's beautiful seeing mountains and seeing palm trees, but it's funny because the things that you start to realize you don't miss,
Uh-huh.
or that you do miss, but you don't realize it until you start headed back. There's green grass everywhere and green trees everywhere. Big, fat, healthy trees.
Yeah.
You know, I can do without the tornadoes,
Right.
but
Well, there's another threat now too, right? The fucking some random tigers overnight.
yeah, we got tigers, we got meth heads, we got tornadoes, we got earthquakes now too. I mean, earthquakes getting bad there, like worse
Really?
than they've ever been. Yeah, because of all the fracking.
Oh,
It all started with fracking,
Yeah, makes sense, man.
And Oklahoma, even when I was a kid, we had earthquakes, but
Yeah.
they were always subtle.
Right.
Because where we sit in an area that's fairly active, but it's always subtle. And once, in the last probably 10 years, maybe a little longer, I'm not sure exactly, bro science again.
Right.
And that
That's
certain
that
amount of
exact shit.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Dude, I got my doctorate from Bro Science Academy, man. You know what I mean? But just over time now, all the fracking started, so it's increasing the shifting of land and it's increasing seismic activities, which is now making it worse. And then they're when they start injecting well water and pushing well water
Right.
out and stuff, it's just pushing everything.
I was just
around.
about to ask about that.
Yeah, so all that shit creates no good environment and more earthquakes. However, a good thing Oklahoma, it's not going to fall off like California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's coming.
And, one of my cousins just moved there. Ty, you remember Ty, right? Big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We moved to Oklahoma.
He actually last Thursday or something, he was at Three's house. They spent the night there because he was driving through.
Where's he going to be at? You know?
No idea.
Hmm.
Tornado Alley.
Yeah, that's Oklahoma for you, man. It's great, but it sucks at the same time when you get those bad storms like that. I do remember seeing several tornadoes as a kid.
Yeah.
You watch and you see it, you hear about it, you get jaded, because as bad as they are, you also think, well, no big deal, we get them, but yeah, I guess it's like COVID. It's not a big deal until it really affects you.
So how's coronavirus impacting them out there?
I don't know, really. I know they're opening the state, like, pretty much all the way back up.
I think like half the states are, right? In the United States are.
Yeah, something like that.
4%.
Yeah, the wife's supposed to go back here on the 4th. That's when her job's supposed to start back up.
Right.
But out there, I think even as far as like on this last Friday, they were wanting to open everything up. I don't know if that happened, but
how are they handling it though? Like, I don't know. I mean, I can imagine a bunch of loose rednecks running around with shotguns and shit saying, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. I think there's a big part of that. I definitely think there's a majority of the people, even our governor, the governor for Oklahoma is, he's a Republican governor.
Yeah.
So, he's following in line and he's kind of just following exactly what's going along with whatever Trump says. So, you take that for what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Personally, I think everything's kind of rushing into it a little bit more, but I also get it. What do you do, man? You have people that need to work that can't work. And unfortunately, I mean, you know, people are getting unemployment, but there's also a lot of people, and some people that I even know back home in Oklahoma right now that do have jobs, but they're unable to qualify for employment.
Yeah.
So what do they do?
Right.
You know, they can't work and they can't get unemployment.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty fucked up situation.
Shitty situation, man, for sure. But you know what I don't understand is like all the people who have known about the broken system pre-coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
Why is everybody fighting to get back to what we were before? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is the perfect opportunity for us to brainstorm and think. Everybody is huddled up inside their homes. They can think about how we can make the system better. You know what I mean? Instead of rushing to get back to what the status quo used to be.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me.
100% agree. And I think even you and I have talked about it a little bit, but if you look at it and the economy, the way it's been building, we've had this kind of false prop up anyways for
Right.
several years. Now, you know, they say traditionally you get that cycle, every about 10 years anyways. Now we're running on since '08, we're 12 plus years.
Yeah.
You know, 12 years and then some change. So it's kind of a false sense of security economically, especially how fast things go up. I mean, even for Trump to say that in X amount of years he took unemployment to record low numbers. Well, then you look now, all of a sudden, since January to this point now, all those numbers, I heard a stat saying, it's erased all of the job
And then
creation
some, right?
since that has been created since the Great Depression.
It's
It's wiped out all of the job created and the opportunity, 16 million jobs or whatever. It has wiped out almost all that progress that has been made since the Great Depression. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And there's also a caveat to that, because I started thinking off of that. Well, there's plenty of people that are in the boat of they're just waiting till their job can restart.
Right.
So they're not actually unemployed. And then there's the people that are making unemployment right now. So they're not going without any money. It's just temporary.
Yeah, and then all the restaurants that adapted, right? Because
Yeah.
in the beginning, they were like, oh, shit, we just shut down.
Yeah.
What the hell are we going to do?
Yeah.
And then they just started implementing the takeout process, you know what I mean? So they're not
Yeah.
completely out. I'm sure
not everybody is, you know, and that's good for
Yeah.
sure. But
I'm sure everybody took a hit, but people who learned, businesses that learned how to adapt are still keeping afloat.
you have to.
Right.
You know, there's actually, I'm going to give a shout out to this restaurant called Rococo back home.
Yeah.
Badass, awesome restaurant. Oklahoma City, guys, check it out. Rococo, whenever everything opens up. Until then, my point being is they started doing to-go packed meals that they're selling out of grocery stores back there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they're making the pre-prepped meals at the restaurant, and they're just going and delivering them to the grocery stores.
Yeah.
And then people can go to the grocery store and they can still pick up a meal from Rococo.
Yeah.
Instead of going there, they just make it at home or heat it up at home. So, I mean, and I haven't heard of a whole bunch of businesses doing that, but I'm sure.
Well, you take the risk, right?
Yeah.
You take the risk of over producing stuff and, you know.
Yeah, and
nobody
you never
buys it.
know how it's going to work out.
So if you have a strong fan base, I would think that maybe even more like a pre-order type of thing would work a lot better.
Yeah, and that's, you know, they're doing that as well. So you can do carry out, and I think they're doing delivery as well, and then they're doing those meals as well in the grocery store. So that's cool, a cool little setup, you know.
Yeah.
I
I saw a picture of SoCal, the beach this morning.
Yeah.
There's no difference. You know, give it that, man.
Yeah, nobody. I don't see very many people. I mean, it depends on what you listen to or watch, right? If you watch the news, that's all you see is all the issue, right? But I mean, like right now, taking away in our day-to-day life here, I mean, I don't see much different. And I mean, I kind of, besides the fact that the wife's been home off of work for as long as she has been, the kids are out of school,
right?
You know, I don't see much of an impact. I'm still going to the grocery store when I need to.
I think the business wise, there is a huge impact, but the everyday life of the people,
you still see it. You still
actually actually made it worse.
Yeah,
the people are home now and they're just doing whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I mean? The streets are still packed. The only difference that I can see as far as traffic wise is heading downtown on I-10.
Yeah,
You know,
right. Yeah, and that's true. I mean, we're out here too, next to the 303. There's never traffic over
Right.
here anyway.
we're way the hell out here.
But and that's kind of what I do like too. Is it seems like even though we're in the midst of it, you know, we're not really in an epicenter area. We're not in an area where there's so many people that
Right.
we have to absolutely worry about going out right now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I still cautious about it. We're still taking precautions when we do go to the store and stuff. But, you know, I don't feel like I'm in imminent danger at the moment. You know?
Yeah. You know, I wonder if because of how much sun we get, that's going to cause an influx, or even a small influx of people.
Yeah, so I did hear, finally they did come out and say, I mean, even Trump made that comment about whatever with the UV light,
Yeah.
you know, so they did finally come out and say that UV apparently does kill it rather quickly. So if that's the case,
Dramatically,
Yeah.
bro.
so if that's the case, we might be in a pretty decent spot. You know, I'm starting to think that, I don't know what we did living in Arizona, but if California falls off, all those people are going to exit this year.
Yeah.
And then now, if it turns out that Arizona is the magic COVID killer state, the hell, man, we're gonna get.
Well, I mean, California gets a lot of sun too.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
But they're on the verge of, you know, like you said, sinking into the ocean.
yeah,
Nevada gets
so
a
many
lot.
people. That economy too, man,
Yeah.
that's rough. You know,
I don't know how long they're going to be able to sustain that.
right? You know, one thing I do wonder the most about with all this going on, as far as you know, movie theaters, you know, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, what's a movie theater business going to be like when this is all said and done?
That's a tough one. Remember we were talking about that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not movies, but it's sporting events. It's any event that has a lot of people getting together.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. I would like to see the, you know, stuff like airlines. You know, I mean, the demand is still gonna be there. People need to fly. But
Fuck, as crammed as airlines are, you know how much they got to fucking charge to try to make up?
yeah,
If there may be only one person per row type thing, you
yeah.
know?
And you think too, I mean, because that's such a small enclosed environment
Right.
with recirculating air and such.
Yeah.
Like, if you get something inside the cabin, it's gonna spread so fast. So it would be nice to see prices drop on airlines. I mean, gas prices have dropped dramatically right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
But then again, once they have a better grasp on the cures and the vaccines and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I think the paranoia should go down, right?
it should. And I mean, they still don't even have really that solid information based off of immunity. You know, immunity buildup, antibodies. I mean, they say, you hear conflicting stuff, right?
Right.
Somebody's had it, they get it again. Once you have it, you won't get it again.
Right.
So
right. Exactly.
who knows? And then too, I mean, we might see a curtail now because of the heat, but then what about flu season when that kicks back up?
Exactly. That's my wife was talking about COVID specifically in conjunction with the flu, and she was like, out of all the shit that she's exposed to being a nurse, she's more terrified of like TB than anything else.
Right.
You know what I mean? And TB we've been plagued as humans ever since the 1800s or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that the novelty of Corona will die out.
Yeah.
As well. You know, I think it's going to be like anything else, man.
Yeah. I mean, and imagine what even like the Spanish flu was, or even the flu before we had the vaccines for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The flu is still, depending on the season, can still have a pretty dramatic effect on people. However, imagine if there's nothing, you know, and we're all just fighting this thing that we had, you know, no cure in sight for. At least we can hope that there's a vaccine coming down the road.
Yeah.
There will be, just how long until it's able to get out to people. And same thing, man, the numbers you don't know. We don't even know. There's not consistent enough testing to even know exactly what the situation is.
So what do you think about that? I mean, okay, so we have this global pandemic that's going on, right? We have some nations like Sweden who doesn't give a shit. Just fucking everybody do exactly what the hell you were going to do. And then we have like Spain who took a big hit, and then they went
Italy.
deep lock. Italy, who had a deep impact, and then they went to extreme measures. the U.S. kind of followed suit, but not quite at that extent. I mean, if we have something that is this devastating as it is, do you think we should loosen up on the red tape a little bit? I mean, I know it sucks to say, but some kind of lower level testing so that we can make more progress. I feel like the people who are in charge have so much things in front of them. They take one half step and they're stopped.
Yeah.
And the whole process has to go before they take another half step. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and, I mean, so touching on that, yeah, that's a tough call as far as how do we really loosen or kind of get people back to that normal state.
Right.
You know, and, how are people going to really, on the day to day, is it better for us to just kind of fend for ourselves a little bit more and say, well, here we go. You know, like we know the possibilities, we know the problems. Again, though, I think there's so much conflicting data that you hear there's so much hearsay, right? So even if you say like, oh, I've got a good enough handle on it, I can feel comfortable going out on the day to day.
Right.
But you don't know for sure yet. You know what I mean? I feel like at the rate we're going, we are compiling enough data to get better educated answers. But at this point, it's all just educated answers. You know?
Well, that's the thing too, right? Because there's always the political objective that's moving everything in the background.
Yeah.
Fuck all that shit, right? I think just let the people who are going to talk, just let them talk, but let the people who know what they're doing, because it's not motherfuckers like me and you that are trying to figure this shit out. It's people who know what they're doing. So the people who are going to talk, let them talk, and let the people who are going to work do the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then once they come out with what the cure is or whatever the right direction to go is, then you just go off with that. But if you have these motherfucking assholes over here saying, okay, well, we can't release that because that's going to help Trump, or these motherfuckers over here saying that, oh, we can't do that because then the left is going to attack us. It's all bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Leave the people who are going to do it alone and let them figure it out. And whatever they say is the right way to go, is the right way to go. You know?
And I agree, man. There's the side of it, like you said, where there's only so much we can do as far as, or so much they can do as far as scientist goes. You know, he can do the research, but then you get to bureaucratic red tape.
Right.
And,
exactly.
You take 2 steps and now you're waiting. And there is, so that starts to call in and start, you can bring up question of, well, what is the control or the grip with the pharmaceutical industry over the bureaucratic side of things that makes it that much harder?
Right.
And why is it that there's so much feet dragging on certain things? And why is it that we have such a high price for certain things? I mean, this starts getting into a lot longer, deeper, darker rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there is, all going back to the main point, like you said, is we've been so reliant and falling back on the same kind of system. It's been the way it is for, a couple hundred years,
right.
Right. Why is it that we are so insistent that that is the way to do things? Why is it that we are so insistent? Because we've had people tell us that this is the way it works. But those are the same people that, as a whole, most of the time, people don't have a high opinion of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We vote in politicians, and then we complain about them the whole time that they're in.
Right.
And that goes for either side. I've never heard of one president where both sides said that was an amazing job, or that was an amazing choice. It's just not possible in the way that it's set up now, because too many people are worried about their side or their point, whenever really there's, this whole thing is we got to try to figure it out collectively. Yeah. And it's just not set up that way. So where do we make the change? I mean, I think there's going to be, philosophical changes coming out of this. There's got to be structural, as far as, economic structure, as far as, civilian structure, how we live our lives, what we do, like going to sporting events, stuff like that.
It's a much deeper rooted solution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is that certain people are raised up different. Everybody's raised up differently. So based on how you were raised up, you built up different morals and different values in life, right?
Yeah.
I've been hearing the argument going around about, well, all these people who are taking unemployment, Some of them are making more money off of unemployment than they did their regular salary.
Right.
What's the incentive for them to come back?
Yeah, for sure.
And so I thought about that. I think it was our conversation the other night that kind of sparked my thought on that. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? If the government is giving me more money for me not to work, why should I go back? Well, the problem there is that they kind of own your ass now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what happens when they stop making those payments?
Yeah.
What happens when they say, we no longer want to give you 800. We're only going to give you 200.
Mm-hmm. And
Then what are you going to do? And ultimately, I think because of the way that I was raised, the feeling of being independent, knowing, hey, it's great if they want to give me freebies, I'll take it all day long. But if they ever cut out those freebies, I never really needed to begin with anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You start building a dependent lifeline on that, right?
Right.
So you get to a point to where that becomes your norm,
Right.
and that's what you're accustomed to. And then when that goes away, you haven't prepared for what now or what if.
Exactly. I mean, if you take that same model, say for WIC, the Women's Infant and Children program, they do is they give you vouchers for food and stuff. It's not cash. And then they selectively say, okay, these products are approved and you can buy that. If you take that out to a greater scale and say that we're paying you unemployment, so from now on, we're not going to give you money. We'll still give you the same amount, but you can only spend it on this, or this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It starts building that. It starts feeding into those conspiracies that how the government wants to control things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a strange world we're in right now, man. I don't really know, again, like we keep saying, I don't know what the new norm is going to be. And, there's going to be some differences. Just what in the hell is going to change?
Yeah.
And for the better. I think that's the main thing, right? It's for the better. I mean, I think it's apparent that even for the people in charge, that however you want to look at it, you can't look at things from one side.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't.
That's true.
It's not possible.
And that's the problem that we have with the people running this country is they are only able to look at it
from their side.
Well, it's not even their side anymore.
Yeah.
It's automatically the reverse of what the other side is looking at.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah, it's the attitude has changed from an idea standpoint to just an opposition standpoint.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't want to counter your idea with an idea. I'm just going to counter you solely because I don't give a fuck what you think. You're wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter how right you are. I'm going to find an angle that makes you wrong.
Right. I think we lost video, huh? Well, let's see how this goes. That was fun. That was fun. We'll check this out. And we got a little bit more audio. We lost video, but thanks for listening. We'll see how this sounds. Peace. Cut off.